My name is Garrison Brown, currently the drummer for Bryson Tiller. You see the church guys playing them, so you call them gospel chops, but I think the culture behind it has a lot to do with certain gigs you see guys on, the visibility from those gigs, and then to know their background from the gig. So you see a guy playing for Beyonce or Jay-Z or some of these other big artists, and then you find out their history and you find out, well, they came from church. They grew up playing in church. And so what they play is identified with gospel music. But to a certain extent, you have to understand that musical identity can't just be attached to one thing. You know what I mean? And it's okay to call it gospel chops, but I technically don't like to call it that, because then that just brands people in one thing. And, there are a lot of drummers that are good at more than just one thing. You know what I mean? There's guys that grew up in church that are really good at more than just chopping. You know what I'm saying? I had to audition for this gig back in July. They were a few weeks, 2 weeks prior to heading out on this tour, and I had gotten a call from a friend that's saying they were auditioning some drummers, and so I went down and auditioned, and the next day I was in rehearsal. Well, the audition process is kind of different sometimes. Sometimes it's private auditions, sometimes it's what I call, or many call, the cattle call, you know what I mean, where it's just 100 guys, you know what I mean, and but this audition was more so a selected group, and auditions work in various ways. So they can have you come in, they'll have you perform selected songs, and then sometimes they'll have you, play freestyle to, see what you kind of working with. You know what I mean? So auditions can kind of work in a various amount of ways, but you also, I would suggest, be prepared for anything in regards to that artist and that style of music that you're going to go audition to play for.